Hey everyone, Vortex Optics just came out with a new optic. It's a red dot. It's called the Viper Shotgun Enclosed Micro Red Dot. As you can see, it is an enclosed emitter, but what is really unique about this, and I will say it is innovative, something I haven't seen before, is that the mount and the emitter chassis are constructed out of a single piece of aluminum, 61 I believe it is. Anyway, that in itself is unique because you don't have to have additional adapter or a rail or anything like that in order to mount this to the gun. So the optic mounts directly onto receivers that have been tapped and drilled and tapped from the factory. So that covers a wide selection of shotguns as well as several lever action rifles. So that is game changing in and of itself, having that direct mount. But what that means is, whenever you normally put a red dot on say a shotgun, you're also going to have to put on a Picatinny rail, weaver mount of some sort, possibly even another adapter in order to make it fit. And what that does, that raises the sight. And that's not something you want on a shotgun. You want to have that low sight picture and a nice solid cheek weld. And there's many reasons for that. One of them, at least in terms of, say, a defensive gun or even a hunting gun, the higher you have to raise your head in order to get your sight picture, that extra space, it's a little bit awkward. The biomechanics start to get goofy. You kind of lose your natural point of aim, which is so important with your wing shooting or clay shooting. But also, recoil, the higher up you get, the further away your face gets from the stock, from the good cheek weld. On recoil, you're going to get slammed. It's going to hurt. So anyway, there's a lot of advantages to having that optic mounted as low as possible onto the receiver, and it really doesn't get any lower than this. So this sight comes in two versions. There's the single dot, it's a 3 MOA dot, and then there is a multi-reticle version. So the multi-reticle version has the same 3 MOA small dot in the middle, but it also has a 32 MOA circle and a 65 MOA circle. And between those three, you can adjust this for 7 different configurations amongst those 3 elements, which is pretty cool because the dot is for precision shooting. So if you're, say, slug hunting, you want to use a slug barrel for deer hunting or something like that, you want that precision small dot. The circles, the 32 and the 65, are roughly correspond to full choke and a modified choke. So if you're wing shooting, just get your circle on the target, pull the trigger. So that's pretty cool. There are different illumination settings you can scroll through, 10 day and 2 night, and everything is activated by the plus or minus buttons. Those are located on top of the mount. Real easy to get to. They're large, soft touch, so it's really easy to scroll through everything. This unit also comes with an auto off feature, so it goes off I think after 10 minutes. It has a motion or a shake awake feature to turn it back on, or you can turn it completely off manually. The Vortex engineers put a lot of thought into the design of this mount system. You have a long channel in the front, you have a rear mounting screw hole in the back, and then a smaller channel screw right in front of it. And between those, you have at least the opportunity to have 3 to 4 screws to secure that to the receiver. And because guns vary as far as their pattern, the spacing between the screw holes, this gives you a lot of flexibility. So pretty much, I can't remember how many different shotgun models this thing will accommodate. It's on the website, but it is a lot. Most of the big ones, Benelli, Franke, Stoeger, Mossberg, of course, Remington, etc. Now, aside from the advantages of having the mount low to the bore axis, which we've already talked about, this design is also really sturdy. I mean, when you have, the fewer elements you have to get a sight, any optic mounted, the better off you're going to be. Less opportunity for failure, and the lower profile also means there's less snag opportunity. So this makes it great not only for hunting applications, but also for defensive shotgun use. One of the things that we like about the enclosed emitter system, especially for a long gun, is that it's just more protective of the glass elements. If you do get mud, snow, whatever on it, it's a lot easier when you have that flush viewing glass out here as opposed to something that's deeper inside of a hood that can really hold and catch a lot of debris, mud, dirt, snow, what have you. Of course, I mentioned earlier how this model also adapts onto certain lever guns. I tried it on a Rossi R95 3030, a Marlin 336, and I've seen some people already putting them on Henrys. So again, if you're looking for a red dot for your lever action rifle for hunting or whatever, that is another good option right here. Again, the pattern is so flexible as far as the mount, the slots, that you could pretty well find at least 2 screw holes in order to get this thing mounted, and that's what Vortex recommends. At least if you can get 2 mount screws, you're good to go. The more the better, of course, but again, it's a very flexible platform. So if you're in the market for a new red dot for your sporting shotgun, defensive shotgun, even a lever action rifle, you might want to check out the Vortex Viper Shotgun Enclosed Micro Red Dot.